What's going on, Wolfpack? It's the Alpha Wolf. So I want to make a video about BigNattyDaddy. This is a guy. You know what? I can't even call him a guy. He's 15 years old. This is a kid. A 15-year-old high school boy who, pretty much, the gist of it, he has no one serious in the fitness industry to look up to that's at a large platform. Seems like a lot of the people at the high level on YouTube are steroid heads, fake naturals, on steroids, lying, putting out an example. People aren't stupid. That's the reason why this kid went out there and jumped on all these steroids, all these compounds. He sees these people on here putting on muscle at an alarming rate, staying lean 365, then claiming, oh, it's hard work and diet. But he knows, like a lot of people know, it's not hard work and diet. It's DECA, trend, clean, test. Now I'm going to play a clip. This kid posted a video recently naming off all the things he's taking. Alright? I want you guys to check this out.
So, for the first 4 to 6 weeks, I was running test sip at 500 milligrams a week for 4 to 6 weeks. Then switched to test E for 4 weeks up to 750 milligrams. Then went on to SUST for about 4 weeks, 750 milligrams. Then I did a test with a pH. It's the first time I ever stacked two things. I did up to 1 gram of test and a pro hormone. And I was abusing the pro hormone, so about twice the dose.
Now, doesn't that look familiar? Who does that remind you of? Who does that look like? Boston Lloyd. He openly admits he takes steroids. He's on forums saying he's giving people the advice on how to take steroids the correct way because he experimented on himself and he got advice from other guys on how to pump this shit into your body to build some muscle. Another example of a stupid motherfucker who doesn't give a shit about anybody else's health. He doesn't give a fuck about the ramifications. This is the result of people like Boston Lloyd. And I'm going to put him on blast. We're not friends. I don't know the guy. I'm going to keep it real. I'm not going to say. I saw, what's his name, Jerry Ward's video. Now, he knows, Jerry Ward knows him, if that's even his name. He knows the guy. So he can't just openly say what he wants to say. He has to be politically correct. Oh, he's a nice guy. I know the guy. We talk and this and that. That's cool. But the dude's a piece of shit. He's not a nice guy. He's weak-minded. Anyone who puts this shit into their body, you're weak-minded, alright? You are weak-minded. You don't have what it takes to work hard and grind day in and day out to build the muscle. You got to take a shortcut. Now you got this kid taking a shortcut. I checked this kid's Instagram. He has other kids talking about, yeah, I'm taking this. Oh, give me some advice. This shit is a trickle-down effect. Boston Lloyd's not the first one. There were guys before him who he saw as examples, which got him into doing the shit. He's just keeping this shit. It's a trickle-down effect. It's just going. Now there's other people. There's going to be hundreds of kids out there in high school boys who are going to be taking steroids because they see this little kid, 15 years old, taking steroids. Alright? I have never taken a steroid. I couldn't even tell you half the names of steroids until I start watching these other guys and watching what's really going on in the bodybuilding fitness game. All the shit these people are taking. It's not just bodybuilders, it's crossfitters, it's endurance athletes, it's cyclers. You seen, what's the guy on the bike? Armstrong. Lied up and down. No, I didn't take shit. Finally admits it. It comes out. But he lied for years. See, you have so many people doing it. It's in sports, it's in baseball, it's in the NFL, it's in the NBA. It's all over the place. It's all these high-level athletes, all these low-level athletes, people like Boston Lloyd on YouTube, other people who, I can't even name names. I could look at a motherfucker and tell if he's on steroids. But since they admit to being natural, you can't really put their name out there because then they'll try to sue you like a bitch for being a fraud motherfucker. Alright? Being a fraud motherfucker trying to sue a person for putting them on blast. So I'm not going to say no names. You know who you are. Alright? A bad fucking example. That's why I made this channel. Not only to give my information on how to build some muscle, I'm not the biggest fucking guy in the world. Look at that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the biggest guy in the world. But all this muscle I built right here, if there's anyone out here who say, yo, he looks pretty decent, I would rather be that guy's size, given I am kind of puffy right now because of the bulk. This is attainable. This right here, some rock hard, ass kicking, knocking out ass muscles. This shit's attainable, naturally. You don't need no fucking steroids, man. How big do you really want to get? Do you want to compete and be Mr. Olympia? That's part of the game. If you're a grown-ass man and you take that chance, that's at your own risk. When you're a 15-year-old kid doing it, and then you're showing other 15-year-olds, 14-year-olds, where does it stop? You're 15. You're 15. Where does it stop? Now you have a 12-year-old. Hey, my name is so-and-so, and I'm taking this and that and that and that, and you're pumping all this shit into my system. Where does it fucking stop? All right? Then you have females taking it. I mean, it's ridiculous. It makes no fucking sense. Absolutely no sense at all. What is the point? To put on some muscle. Are you that weak-minded? That pathetic? I'm gonna be hard on you, man. You might watch this video, you might fucking not. It doesn't matter. If you do, I want to get on your shit. Why are you taking steroids? Why do you feel the need to take this shortcut? That's all it is. You can't feel proud about that shit. I'm on Facebook all the time going into bodybuilding channels, bodybuilding pages. I'm talking to people. I specifically went into a channel one day, a page one day, and I said this on a Facebook bodybuilding post. This guy was saying, oh, well, I'm taking all these steroids, I'm taking this and that. And I put a comment right after saying, put us both on an island for 6 months. We got to fend for our own food, our own water. You got nothing but a knife and a pot to boil your water. No steroids, no nothing. Now we start finding food out there. We're killing food. We're eating, we're surviving. We got a little system setting up. We're working out. I'm going to keep my muscle if I can find food. And kind of drifting off here, but I'm going to keep my muscle. You're going to lose your muscle. Why? Because you don't have your fucking steroids. You don't have your tren. You don't have your DECA. Me, if I can get a sustainable amount of food going for me, get a good amount of protein into my system, hey, I'm going to be able to keep the majority of my shit if I don't die from starvation. All right? So when you don't have access to these things, would you even be lifting weights if you couldn't get steroids, kid? You're 15 years old. If there was some kind of buffer between you online buying that bullshit, there was some sort of buffer, and you couldn't get your hands on it, no matter what you did. You went and saw a buddy somewhere else, and he was like, you know what, I'm not selling to you. You went and found a stranger in the gym who you know is on steroids. Hey man, can I get some of this shit from you? You know what? Nah, kid, you're 15. I'm not selling it to you. Would you continue to lift weights? Or is your only passion to lift weights is because, like I saw at the end of your video, it's the chemical compound. It's the excitement of putting these chemicals into my body, the chemical changes.
But a lot of people ask me what caused me to get into this, and it's just basically the feeling that the pro hormones gave me, and I want it to be intensified. So I just started trying new stuff and experimenting with new stuff. I also think it's very interesting. The chemical part of bodybuilding is my favorite part. I don't like I don't care for, well, I don't mean this, but
building muscle is not a foreign chemical change. It's hormones in your body. That's a natural chemical change, not an outside foreign chemical change. That shit's fraudulent. Go on an island, 6 months, you lose your shit. Go to the gym for 6 months. You don't even got to go to a fucking island. You don't got to be that extreme to go to an island. Just stop taking it for 6 months. What happens? All that little bit of muscle you put, the little bit of arms you got growing there, you're done. I'm not saying you stop lifting weights. You just stop taking the shit, but you keep lifting weights. Your ego gets fucked with. It's a mental thing. It fucks with your mind, all right? It makes you feel like a quitter, like you can't do it. And I've read a lot of things about this, man. It's really serious. But like I said, man, it's people like Boston Lloyd, and other motherfuckers, pro bodybuilders. You know, the sport of bodybuilding is fucked up. Nobody wants to look like one of them big meathead motherfuckers. A Phil Heath, Kai Green. I like Kai Green. He's a cool guy. But nobody wants to look like these guys. Nobody wants to have these protruding guts. No one wants to look like a Phil Heath. It's fascinating. It's the talk of the town. There are celebrities. There are high-level bodybuilding athletes. So we speak of them in that manner. But when it comes to, when it comes to wanting to look like something, nobody wants to. I don't want to look like that. I even hear some other bodybuilders like Rich Piana. He openly admits he was taking shit. He has videos about it. He actually said, if I can go back and do it all over again, I see that the women like the guys with the physiques. They don't like these big mass monsters. All the shit he takes, the expanded stomach, women don't like that shit. If he can go back and change it, he could. He even said he went through great lengths to try to shrink his waist. But the damage is done. Alright? When your liver goes out, kid, when your kidneys go out, when your heart goes out, when you die, there's no coming back. There's no second chances from that shit. It's not worth it. I was on Facebook recently and saw a post, a RIP post for a guy. He was a grown man. He was in his, he was in his 20s. Looked like he was in his late 30s, early 40s. And the guy was dead. RIP, rest in peace. He was a good dude. He was taking steroids. People were saying, well, if he wouldn't have been taking this and that, it wouldn't have happened. Now, I mean, it makes no sense, man. It makes no sense. I don't want to keep rambling on, because chances are this shit's going to go in one ear and out the other. You probably give no fucks. Because if you did give any fucks, you wouldn't take the shit in the first place. So, you know, for all the other guys out there, man, the other little kids, the other grown men out there, think before you do stuff. Is it worth it? Is it worth your health? Is it worth the excitement of the chemical changes in your body from taking this shit? Is it worth it when you're in a hospital and you're hooked up to an IV, begging for your life? All right, in that moment when you're fucked up and you're about to die, and the doctor's telling you, well, that the damage is irreversible. Is it worth it? Think about it. Sit back for a second and put yourself in that moment. Don't just be an idiot. Don't be a Boston Lloyd and take this shit and pump and pose and putting shit into your muscle, oil. You see these synthol guys. I'll put a clip up real quick of a synthol guy. Check this shit out. You saw that shit. What the fuck is that? To get some muscle? To have the appearance? Hard work is what's going to get you your results. Hard work is what's going to keep your results. Nothing else will. Steroids will get you to a certain point, but it will always fuck you up. Go watch some bodybuilding videos. You're going to see old veterans in their late 40s, 50s who will tell you it's not worth it. Then you got guys who, like these new age guys, they're making money off the shit. They're telling you, oh, it's hard work involved, you're working hard. If hard work was what you were in it for, you wouldn't take the shit in the first place. So I don't want to hear shit about hard work. It's not hard work. It's a fucking shortcut. That's all I want to say about it. You guys need to really wake the fuck up. 15-year-old kids taking steroids. Next is a 14. There's going to be a 14. I guarantee you. I'm not a fucking psychic. There's going to be a 14-year-old kid one day. He's going to get on here. He's going to say, oh, I'm taking this, I'm taking that. There's going to be another dead-minded kid leaning to the side, naming off all these fucking steroids, like Boston Lloyd, like the guy before him, like this BigNattyDaddy, like this next kid that's going to come out, and it's going to trickle down and be an example for everyone out there. Hey, maybe it's not a bad idea. These guys are taking it. But eventually you hit that fucking wall. And we know what happens when you hit that wall. So, stay natural. Work hard. It takes time to build muscle. Alright? It takes time. I know. I go in and day out and I grind my ass off. Alright? It takes time. So, think, man. That's all I want to say about this. I hope I reach some people out there. For those of you who I am reaching, I'm glad I'm reaching you. For those of you who are probably talking shit, saying fuck you, you lost. Open your fucking eyes. But with all that said, stay natural, kids, and grown-ass men. Get to the gym. Do work. Muscle up.